Mal sehen. 35 Jahre Blizzard anscheinend, ne? 1 Stunde lang reden sie über Warcraft. Mal schauen, was passiert. Wir hoffen auf Classic News. Ne?
So let's get right into it.
Housing.
Labyrinths.
Wow, classic.
Very Classic.
So what does this all mean?
This is going to be one for the ages.
Also ich hoffe sehr. Die müssen jetzt abliefern, Leute. Ist es zu laut oder geht es? Wann ist nicht die Dragon Isles? Nee, ne? Reunited. Achso, das ist jetzt BlizzCon, ne? Seid ihr mal auf der BlizzCon gewesen?
Why do we fight? To protect home and bring harmony.
Das einzige Classic, was ich gesehen habe, ist MoP gerade gewesen.
This fight is far from over. And
Eigentlich nur Mob
Azeroth
bisher.
needs her champion.
Was ich
Now,
nicht gut finde, muss ich sagen.
more than ever.
Ich sehe gerade nur Panda-Bären, Leute. Das ist kein gutes Zeichen. Oh oh. Ich sehe für Classic nur Pandas.
Whatever's coming, I'll stand with you.
Welcome to the state of Azeroth.
Hallo.
When I was thinking about what the state of Azeroth actually means, I started to reflect on why we started doing annual updates in the first place. I remember in 2022 when we were in the twilight of the Shadowlands expansion
Shadowlands.
and Dragonflight was about to launch.
Aber Dragonflight war
The
gut.
Classic team was cooking on the Burning Crusade and prepping Wrath of the Lich King Classic. It was around this time that a new era emerged for the WoW team. One where we were rapidly evolving and storming toward the future with you on our minds. We created what we call the Live Team to not only support a new 8-week patch cadence,
Jo,
but
warte
also
mal. So
noodle
sieht...
on experimental
wird grad pausieren
gameplay
gerne.
in modern WoW. This led to Mists of Pandaria Remix, Legion Remix, Plunderstorm, Overcharge Delves,
Das
and
waren mal
more.
gute Features.
This
Ne?
energy allowed
Remix,
us to
Plunderstorm
be
und so.
more confident, more committed, and more excited than ever before for both modern and classic WoW. And it led us to share our first ever long-term roadmap to bring us closer to the community that inspires us. Our confidence and commitment since those days has not wavered, and we will continue to share our plans. So what does this all mean? Then and now. It means you are
WoD
the spark
Classic
that
meint
lights
das.
our way. The Warcraft universe has lived for 3 decades because of players who make it meaningful and who give us the opportunity and creative energy to make even more of it. Today, we're on the cusp of the Midnight expansion, and we're excited for the stories that will be told, the memories made, and the triumphs we will earn together as we defend our world once again. Light versus Void has been ever present in WoW, and we will charge into the fray with the Heronir and
Jo, die Halloumi,
devoured
die will
demon
ich spielen.
hunters by our side. The
Halloumi-Krieger.
campaign of Midnight is the kind of story that will find your heart. Whether you've just joined us in Azeroth, been with us the entire 21 years, or somewhere in between. Together, we will experience all that Midnight has to offer as we work our way toward the 3rd and final installment of the World Soul
Was kommt danach,
Saga,
ist die Frage.
called The Last Titan.
Was kommt nach der
We
das
will
Titan,
learn what
Leute?
it means to carry loss and still move forward. Heroism isn't perfection. It's a winding road of choices we make when things are
Warte.
hardest.
Lebt Illidan
When
noch,
our
Leute?
idea of the world is shattered, our notion of home will be paramount. There must be time for rest, creativity, and community.
Da war doch gerade
In
Illidan. Ich dachte, der ist tot.
housing. You've been asking for this feature since the early days of WoW. We
Ja.
wanted to build it, and we knew it had to
Ich weiß,
live
es
up
gibt
to
viele Hater
20
für Housing,
years
aber
of
ich finde
hopes and
Housing
dreams.
ist unglaublich
And on
geil.
top of that, whatever housing started with, it had to be poised to grow and evolve over many years and be guided by our players. And here we are, with player housing about to enter full release with the Midnight expansion. During Housing Early Access, you have absolutely blown our minds. In the first 2 weeks
Jo.
alone, you all spent over 4 million hours in your houses
In
and
2
neighborhoods.
Wochen.
That's over 450 years. And you placed over 14 million decor items in that time. The most gold has been spent on the secretive bookcase wall, of course, because who doesn't love a secret door? I always say, never underestimate players, and thank you for proving me right over and over again. It's been a beautiful reminder that everyone enjoys Azeroth in their own way. And on that note, we want to see even more of that creativity. We recently announced the launch of Azeroth Interiors, which is our Midnight Renovation Challenge. This is a global invitational for WoW creators and community members.
Cool.
We're competing in a battle unlike anything we've ever
Wait.
seen before.
Housing
Instead of
esport?
swords and shields, their weapons are mood boards, boundless creativity,
Wait.
and finesse
Housing
with our
esports, es geht
tools.
los.
So head over to your favorite creator channels and check out their concepts for what they will be building over the next month. Over time, our updates to housing will be driven by what you want and what you need to make your dreams real.
Ich finde Housing wirklich geil,
Continue
Leute.
to
Es ist
explore,
geil. Es ist
imagine,
wirklich sehr,
and
sehr gut
push the
geworden.
tools to their limits. We'll have more about the updates you can expect in housing in a few moments. If you've played WoW before, one of the coolest parts about housing when you open up your inventory for the first time is to see all the housing items you've collected without even knowing it because of achievements you got in past expansions. It's like a trip down memory lane. And speaking of memories, let's talk
Ooh.
about WoW Classic.
Let's go.
Over the past 6 years,
Bitte,
I
bitte.
really can't believe it's been 6 years.
Das ist wirklich schon sehr lange.
Classic
Ja.
has been an expression of love for the early years of WoW and bringing it to you in a variety of flavors. Between our hardcore seasonal and progression realms, you've shown us the ongoing potential of WoW and Classic are limitless. We take that to heart, and we will continue to honor that. Today, Miss Pandaria Classic continues in the original Classic realms,
Okay.
with the next major milestone being the release of the Escalation update in a few weeks. It includes a new quest campaign, new battlegrounds, scenarios, and more.
Also was kommt im Mob?
We're going to release the Mists of Pandaria patches over time as we have with previous expansions, and you can expect the Siege of Orgrimmar and the return of Timeless Isle later this year.
Interessiert mich wenig Mob, muss ich sagen.
The launch of Burning Crusade Classic on our anniversary
Wait.
rounds is also on our doorstep.
Wait, das ist ja super
Another
schnell
round
durch.
of Illidan taunts and Fell Reaver
Hä?
terrors. The Outlands, Kara, Mag,
Mo-
and more
Ma,
are
warte
coming
mal.
later this year too. We also launched seasonal Titan
Wait,
Reforged
wait, wait, wait,
rounds in
wait.
Classic for our players
Das ist
in China.
Speedrun.
Why? Not only are our audiences between modern and classic unique, but so are our WoW players in China. We made those realms for them, based on how they play. And that's not all we're cooking up. I can say with confidence that all classic players across the globe have a lot to look forward to. I'm really excited to announce
Das ist nicht mal ein Jahr.
I guess we'll save that for later. So, back to where I began. What is the state of Azeroth?
Warte mal.
It's alive in all its forms, incredibly vibrant and getting brighter. And we plan
Was
to
haben die
keep it
gerade
that
gesagt?
way with your help and guidance as we listen to your feedback and act on it. Soon you will see us launch surveys and games so we can get your thoughts and feedback. Listening to you is our
Das war doch
commitment.
Classic Plus
We mean
Hint.
it, and we aim to keep proving it.
Das müssen wir nachher nochmal
We
gucken.
want to give you the place, space, and tools to play how you want to play and live how you want to live in Azeroth. That's our North Star. We want our humble universe to be the place you go to when you have a bit of free time, when you need to recharge alongside your friends and family after a long day, or when you need an escape. Let off steam by conquering a boss, role-playing, now decorating, mogging, PvPing, exploring,
Leute,
whatever.
TBC
A
ist im
fantasy
Herbst
home
rum.
in every sense.
What the heck?
Where strangers become friends and
Also
friends
das ist
become neighbors.
der Giga-Speedrun.
And we have a plan to help those of you looking for your
Das ist der
people.
Giga-Speedrun.
Those players who enjoy the same things in WoW that you do. We're calling it the WoW Ambassador Program, which is all about the community helping the community, as it often does.
Mhm.
This is less about us and more about you. A bit of an experiment to help connect you with players and communities that are filled with others who play how you play or how you want to play. Our ambassadors are helpful friends from within our very own WoW community, and you can check out our website for more details.
Ich bin kein Ambassador.
As you know, community is our mainstay. And in the
Frech.
era of housing, we wanted to do what we can to support those who need more than pixels when it comes to having a place to live. This year, we're excited to be partnering with Habitat for Humanity with a charity pet pack that we hope, with your support, will help provide safety and shelter to families in need of affordable homes. Habitat for Humanity has helped more than 65 million people globally. This charity pet pack includes the adorable Rufus, who will be available in both modern and classic WoW. Rufus loves to build, something you'll see
Okay,
in
der Hund ist
action
aber
if
schon
he's
ziemlich
left idle
cute.
for too
Muss man
long.
sagen.
Those of you who play modern WoW will also get a doghouse, a bowl, and a bed. We're incredibly excited to be supporting Habitat for Humanity this year.
Der ist schon cutie.
And we'll have more information to share about how you can bring Rufus
Muss
home.
man leider
soon.
sagen, ne?
As always, you are our heroes, our heartbeat, and our gratitude is everlasting. I'll see you at BlizzCon 2026 and, of course, at home in Azeroth.
So. Das war's jetzt aber nicht, oder? Das sollte eine Stunde gehen. Moment. Das war, glaube ich, nur das Intro-Ding.
Hey everyone,
Danke.
and thank you, Holly. I'm Ian Hazikostas, Game Director for World of Warcraft. I want to start off by saying thank you, as always,
Jo,
to
kein Ding,
our
ne?
community.
Jo, kein Ding.
For your
Gerne, Brudi.
continued passion, for the time you put into this world, and for your boundless creativity.
Kein Ding.
It has been so amazing seeing so many folks jump into housing over the last couple of months. I'll be talking more about this later, but I just wanted to start out by saying, on behalf of everyone who had any part in bringing housing to life, that we are simply in awe of what you've already created. We knew you'd make incredible homes, but the community response has just blown away our
Das ist so cool.
expectations.
So ein Roboterhaus.
There simply is no World of Warcraft without you, our community. We are honored to be a part of this world and humbled to be the caretakers of something that has remained so special and so important to so many people for so long. Today, I'd like to share with you a bit of what we're up to with World of Warcraft. In terms of the right now present stuff, the fast approaching launch of Midnight, and a small peek at some of the bigger things that we have planned for 2026.
Sehr gut.
Now, obviously, I can't go too far into all the details, especially with so many of our plans tied up in story spoilers and us wanting to keep some surprises. But we think there is a ton to look forward to for all residents of Azeroth in the year ahead. So let's get right into it.
Let's
As
go.
we stand here today, we are just over a month from launching Midnight and getting the game into your hands.
Nicht mal einen Monat,
The
ne?
team is working hard to polish up the last details of the expansion, iron out bugs, refine features, and just overall get this thing ready for you to dive into in March. But between now and then, there's still plenty to do and see in WoW today. We are kicking off the Midnight pre-launch event called Twilight Ascension.
Ist der gut, der
This
Pre-Patch?
event will run until Midnight's launch on March 2nd.
Der soll wohl nicht
This
so
is where the
groß sein,
stakes
oder?
start to crystallize, and the threat we face begins to take real shape, and the void makes itself felt in our world.
Nicht so cool, okay.
This is a repeatable event in which you'll join Magister Umbric and Grand Magister Ramath in their efforts to keep the Twilight's blade at bay at locations around the world. You'll be killing rares, completing world quests, and defeating bosses as you earn limited time rewards like pets, mounts, transmogs,
Ist sehr
and
verbuggt
of
auch.
course, some fresh housing decor for
Housing.
your home.
Yippie,
The
Housing.
12.0 pre-patch that recently went live also includes a ton of the new features and improvements that are tied to Midnight. Demon Hunters out there can get started playing the new Void-themed
Ja, den fand ich erst
Devourer
cool, aber ich
range
finde ihn doch nicht mehr so
specialization.
cool, muss ich sagen.
Or Void Elf Demon Hunters can be unlocked with a short quest
Ich hätte
line.
gerne Mecha-Gnome
Some of the
Demon Hunter.
baseline systems improvements and updates that went live include our new Transmog 2.0 system, which includes situational outfit swapping, an improved UI, and finally, slot-based transmog, so you don't have to
Aber die
constantly
Transmog-Änderungen sind sehr, sehr
re-transmog
gut.
every time you get an upgrade. For players new to PvP, learn the ropes in the training grounds. Expanding and revamping the idea found in Compstomp, players will join a battle against smarter game-controlled opponents in
Finde ich
Arathi
cool.
Basin, Silver
Da finde ich
Shard
wirklich gut.
Mines,
Bessere
and
Bots in
Battle for
PvP.
Gilneas. Also kicking off this
Finde ich
week
nice.
is the Winds of Mysterious Fortune, a limited time event where XP and reputation gains are boosted across the board, especially reputation. We think this is another great way to get caught up ahead of Midnight, whether it's leveling an alt to join the fray or fast-tracking some of those rep-based decor items that you've been chasing. And as part of this celebration of Midnight, we are granting a
Ui.
special limited-time Dark Portal decor item to every player with an active WoW subscription who
Warum
logs
mit
in between
Midnight?
now and the launch of the expansion.
Warum
Finally,
das dunkle Portal mit
Welcome Back
Midnight?
Weekend also starts today. If you're not currently subscribed to WoW, but you've had a subscription in the past, from now until February 1st, you can explore the WoW base game for free, up to level 80, including all level-up content, pre-launch events,
Weil das
the
dunkle
recent
Portal hat ja
system
mit
updates I've been
Midnight nicht
talking
viel zu
about,
tun, ne?
a completely
Das ist eher so ein
overhauled
TBC-Ding.
returning player experience, and more than 20 years of Azeroth's world and story. We are so excited about Midnight and all that's been going on with WoW, and we really want to make sure that we're making it easy for you to come check it all out.
Lag noch so rum. Oder die TBC-Leute sind alle Midnight ausprobieren.
The level cap is of course increasing to 90, and you'll be leveling through
Oh,
4
das sieht doch
new
gut
and
aus.
reimagined zones, full of new questing content, both campaign chapters as well as local stories, and additional chapters waiting for you at max level. Midnight is introducing 8 new dungeons, 11 new delves, and a new delve companion, Valera, as well as the praise system to add a layer of depth, challenge, and intrigue to your outdoor world gameplay. We have new PvP features coming in Midnight, like the new epic battleground Slayer's Rise, which also
Slayer's
exists as
Rise.
an outdoor world space for those of you who prefer world PvP in war mode. You can also spend some time in the Arcantina, a mystical tavern where you can rub elbows with some big names in WoW lore, learn more about them, and
Oh,
complete
der Lümmel.
quests on their behalf. Now, a couple of weeks after launch, Season 1 will kick off in full. That update will pull the story forward through a host of new content. First off, we have the 6-boss raid, the Voidspire, that really is going to be the beginning
Welcher
of a
Raid ist so der
capstone
RWF
to the
Raid
story that we're
dieses Mal?
telling at the start of Midnight. We're also going to have a smaller 1-boss raid called the Dream Rift, as well as 4 new world bosses in the outdoor world. As we kick off our seasons, we're going to have a new pool of Mythic Plus dungeons, 4 new Midnight dungeons along with 4 updated Legacy dungeons, our new Delve season, and of course a new PvP season
schon
where
sehr
you can
viel zu
test
tun,
your
ne?
skills and earn cutting-edge rewards. And with the training grounds I mentioned earlier, hopefully there'll be a smoother on-ramp into PvP for those who are trying to get into the ecosystem for the first time.
Schon viel
Now, a
zu
couple
tun.
of weeks after
Boah.
that, we're also going to have a 3rd raid zone,
Der
the March on
dritte?
Keldanos, a new 2-boss raid that really caps off this initial chapter of the Midnight story and brings us closer to what will come next. The addition of story mode to World of Warcraft has made it so that any player can experience these moments for themselves, and we want to continue to lean in, giving you ways to live the story of Azeroth no matter how you choose to play. Whether you want to jump in and tackle raids, do delves, or just hang out in the Arcantina and have a chat.
Da will ich auch peng.
Our goal, as always, is to
Einfach
give you
chillen.
lots to do and tons to choose among, and we can't wait to see how you choose to adventure across the unfolding story of Midnight. As I said earlier, we have been utterly overwhelmed by your creativity and your ingenuity during housing so far, and of course, by your feedback. As Holly said, we want you to help us build this feature together.
Außerdem für 2 Monate
We
Prime
want to
Sub.
hear more
Eventuell
of what you're interested in, more of what's working, and what's not working, and your feedback is directly informing the decisions we make. You've already seen some quality of life improvements go live over the last couple of months, but we're keeping a close eye on housing to continually improve the feature from every angle. Whether we're talking about economy adjustments, UI
Ja, Leute,
updates,
Housing ist ein
or
großes
all
Ding
new
für die Leute.
functionality.
Lasst denen den Spaß.
We want to keep finding opportunities to support the creative expression
Und
that
Kaui
you
Dank für 2
invent,
Monate Prime Sub.
like
Vielen
making it
Dank.
easier to float your house, for example. Right off the bat, there's a couple of things we already have in mind. We've heard from many of you that your cozy creation doesn't quite feel complete without the ability for some of your companion pets to wander around
hoffentlich.
it and get into trouble.
Wie viele kann man
So we
nehmen?
want to offer the ability to place those
Alle
pets
bitte.
there,
Alle.
as well as showcasing more of your cosmetic collections in general. Like, for example, being able to hitch a couple of your favorite mounts up in your yard outdoors.
Mounts
Working
im
on
Garten ist
delivering
auch
that as
cool.
well.
Das ist aber
We've
nice.
also
Mounts
seen
im
and
Garten.
heard that as you're expressing that boundless creativity and
Das ist
maybe
cool.
making something like, say, a grand piano that you cobble together from a dozen different decor pieces, it can be frustrating when you realize that you have your grand creation, but it's not quite in the spot you want it to be in, and you want to move it just a few feet over to the side. Right now, you pretty much have to deconstruct and reconstruct the thing to do that. Well,
Man muss
we
halt
wanna
sagen, die
make it
geben
so
sich
that
so
you
viel
can
Mühe
just
mit
click
Housing.
and
Ne?
drag, mass select the multiple pieces and move them over. While we're at it, let's also have the ability to copy and paste. So if you want to have a few of those grand pianos, you can just copy, paste, 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 and there you go. Now, speaking of copying and pasting, we've also heard from many of you that as you're browsing
sehr, sehr
these
gut.
amazing creative designs that your fellow players are coming up with, you wish that it
Ist
would
auf
be
jeden Fall
easier
sehr gut,
to
dass es
just
endlich reinkommt.
grab them and import them as a starting point for your own
Finde ich
experimentation.
cool.
Or maybe you've cooked up something that you're really proud of and you want to share it with your friends or the community at large. So we're working on creating import and export codes for easy sharing and
Das ist
exchanging
sehr geil.
of your house
Ich werde
designs.
Housing-YouTuber,
Along
glaube
the
ich.
way, to give you even more freedom in what you can do, you're going to see decor budgets, both for interior and exterior placement, continue to increase.
Man müsste irgendwas mit dem Haus
Some of
machen
that is
können.
the
Was macht man
product
da?
of
Sich
things
kreativ
we're learning
ausleben und
about
Spaß
technical
haben.
limits on the system,
Das
but
ist die
also
Idee
just
hinter
a
Housing.
desire to give ongoing progression as you're able to level up your house more and more. That's some of the stuff we're working on, definitely not a complete list, but we're keeping an eye on bigger things for housing as well. Once neighborhood endeavors go live with Midnight launch, we'll be paying very close attention to just how they liven up your neighborhoods and how you interact with them to determine how best to support the things you want to see from that feature going forward. All of this is
Hat die
just the
einen Hut
ground
auf dem
floor
Kopf?
for housing in World of Warcraft. This is the foundation of a feature that we want to be a reflection of your life and times in Azeroth, and we're serious about expanding it and improving it alongside you in the years to come. So again, thank you so much for your passion and your feedback so far. Keep telling us what you want from housing, and we will keep listening, and we will keep it coming.
Jetzt kommt Midnight Roadmap. Da
Now,
kommt
it's
100%
time
noch
to
Classic,
get
oder?
into the content updates you can look forward to beyond the launch of Midnight. We have a few things to share today, starting with more specific plans, and then getting a bit more vague as we move later into the year with details to follow. So first off, shortly after
Guckt
Midnight's
euch mal, wie
launch,
kurz
patch
TBC geht.
1205 will hit our public test realm.
Das ist
This
so
update
kurz.
finds us in the immediate
Alter Schwede.
aftermath of those Season 1 raids, which
Im
we
Herbst ist zu
believe
Ende.
didn't
Und
quite
wir haben ja schon
fully
Februar, ne?
resolve the threat that Xal'atath poses to Azeroth. And so we're going to see void assaults
Wir haben schon
begin
Februar,
to
Leute.
pop
Das
up
ist
across the outdoor
ein halbes
world.
Jahr ist das Ding durch.
These will bring new enemies for us to fight, new reasons to rally to defend Azeroth, and of course, new rewards along with it. On the lighter side, we're also going to be adding a prop hunt inspired event as a small diversion from this pitched battle raging between the light and the dark. In this event, you're going to queue up and find yourself on a team facing off against another small team of 5 in a location like Silvermoon City or the Alliance and Horde neighborhoods, where one team uses enchantment and illusion to disguise themselves cleverly
Der
as
Herbst ist
innocuous
Januar.
props and try to hide in the environment, while the other team tries to seek them out. This event is not going to do much when it comes to beating back the Void and saving Azeroth, but it is a way to find some fun in the face of an ever-present, ever-growing threat. Our next small update, 1207, brings a further escalation of these Void assaults, but also a standalone one-boss raid. We're excited to get away from the idea of raids being consigned to just these massive twice-a-year updates, and we want to lean more into the flexibility of matching the content that we offer to the narrative and just fun opportunities that we see to tell
Aber Propern
stories
ist
in
ganz
different
lustig,
shapes and
muss ich sagen.
sizes. All of this brings us to the first major Midnight content update, 12.1. Now, I can't reveal the name, setting, or really much of anything specific about this update yet, but I can share that 12.1 will bring with it a large new outdoor questing space full of max-level content, a new raid,
Schon sehr viel,
and of
ne?
course new seasons, so an updated Mythic Plus dungeon pool, new PvP and delve
Alter, wie viel
rewards,
Content Retail
and the
WoW hat, ne?
continued refinements and
Stell dir
expansion
mal
that
vor,
you'd
mir würde
expect
Retail
from a
WoW
major
gefallen, wie cool
content
das wäre.
update in WoW.
Ich hätte so viel zu
This
tun.
patch is also going to bring an overhaul
Das
of
geil.
our friend system that makes it easier for you to keep up with friends you have and make new
Ich
friends
beneide
along
Leute,
the
die
way.
Retail WoW richtig mögen.
Next up comes 12.1.5, which brings with it an all-new content type.
Da ist
We
ja
have
so
seen how
viel Content.
passionately the community has taken to delves, and we want to support this with even more flexibility and experimentation. For those of you who love delve gameplay, but wish there were something a little more than the bite-sized experiences we currently offer, we are adding a new feature that we're
Ein
currently calling
Labyrinth.
labyrinths.
Oh no.
These are inspired by mega dungeons in a sense, and labyrinths are large, sprawling delve experiences that you
Oh
can
nein.
tackle all at once or just a bit at a time, depending on your schedule and preference. They're going to have a different form and reward structure than you're used to seeing in your delves, but they will keep the core elements of exploring and besting foes alongside your trusty delve companion. Beyond that, and also in 12.1.5,
Da wäre
we
ich
are
ja
planning
die würde mich
another
so
small
verwirren.
one-boss raid in this window. Unlike the raid in 1207, which is more of a standalone thing, this raid is going to be a direct continuation of Midnight's narrative,
Der ist ein Singleplayer
bridging
Dungeon.
us and setting the stage for the next major update in the following year, which we'll talk about down the line. Later in the year, we also have a new standalone event coming from the same group of mad scientists who brought you game modes like Plunderstorm or Remix. We'll have more to share on this as we get closer to the date, but this is going to be another separate standalone mode that exists alongside
Finde ich aber
core
cool.
World of Warcraft loop.
So eine Modi finde ich immer
And
geil.
all this, of
muss ich
course,
sagen.
is going to be accompanied by the steady, fast flow of content that you're used to seeing. Holiday updates, events like Turbulent Timeways, and much more. We want to keep moving at the live service pace you've come to expect since Dragonflight and that we've continued through the War Within, making sure there's always something new and exciting on the horizon.
Finde ich gut.
Now that's the big stuff we have to
Ich
share
habe Plan das
right
so
now.
gespielt, ja.
But there's still way more to come in Midnight and in World of Warcraft as a whole, and we can't wait for you to see it. We also have this little thing called BlizzCon coming up in just under 8 months. And while I can't say too much today, what I can say is that this is going to be one for the ages. We really hope to see you there and to show you some of how we're
Nö,
thinking
ich bleib
about
hier.
the next 20 years of everything
Ich gucke da
Warcraft.
schön von zu Hause.
You're not going to want to miss this one. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Gerne.
And thank you to every single member of this community for being a
So, und
part
jetzt
of
kommt
the
der
journey
Classic-Teil,
with
ne?
us. But before we go, however, I just want to share one last thing. We know the Void and Xalatath are dark threats, and that the stakes are high, and the tone of Midnight can be dire. But we also never want to forget that Azeroth is, for all of us,
Ja.
home.
Housing.
It's a place of light, community, family, and friends. This is a world that could warm the heart of even the Prince of Darkness.
Wer ist der Prince of Darkness? Wer ist der Prince of Darkness? Ozzy Osbourne, ne? RIP.
Yes! yes. Woo!
Das ist. Ich hoffe so sehr, wenn das eine Animationsserie wird, ne? Oh, bitte. Wird. Achso, nee, es war einfach nur so ein Trailer, okay. Das war einfach nur ein Tribut. Ich dachte, da kommt noch was. Ist das vorbei? Das war's? Es war am Ende doch weniger zu Classic, als ich je erwartet habe. Oder kommt jetzt noch was? Hallo? Hallo? Classic WoW? Irgendwas? Noch? Irgendwie eine Sache zumindest? Eine Sache? Titanforged oder so?
Crusade and prepping
Hallo? Hallo? TBC oder so? Okay, was gab's zu TBC? Zu Classic WoW. Wir können ja nochmal den Classic-Part neu gucken. Okay? Gucken wir den Classic-Part, liebe Leute. Okay? Hier ist der Classic-Part, der relevant ist. Mehr ist es nicht. Im Sommer kommt Phase 5 raus.
more.
In Mist of
We're going to
Pandaria.
release the Mists of Terrors.
TBC geht bis Herbst. Im Herbst ist es zu Ende. Ja, also TBC ist relativ schnell rum. Letzte Phase geht im Herbst los.
The Outlands, Kara, Mag, and more are not only are our audiences
Und das hier ist jetzt, glaube ich, ein kleiner Leak zu Classic
between modern
Plus.
and classic unique, but so are our WoW players in China.
Ich finde es auch geil, dass sie hier nochmal über Titanforge redet
We made those realms for them,
und sagt, wir haben Titanforge für China gemacht. Ihr werdet das niemals bekommen.
based on how they play. And that's not all we're cooking up. I can say with confidence that all classic players across the globe have a lot to look forward to.
Jetzt kommt's.
I'm really excited to announce that. I guess we'll save that for later.
Irgendwas wollen sie noch announcen zu Classic, aber was das sein soll. Ist es Classic Plus? Ist es Vodka? Ist es... Kaum sagen wir nur Once Up. Im Endeffekt sind wir genauso schlau wie vorher. Wir wissen absolut nichts. Das Einzige, was wir wissen, ist, dass TBC nur bis Herbst geht. Oder? Mehr wissen wir nicht. Richtig? Naja. Gut.